Well, with a brand like Amouage, which is starting from a very low base 6 years ago and is now developing all over the world and so on, obviously everything is about new. There are new markets, new products, new environments, new people, and so on. So the whole thing is about newness. But really what I would say is that we are very much looking to develop and build on the platform of retail development, building our own new stores, in key opinion-forming cities around the world to make sure that the brand is shown in its purest and truest sense. Well, you have to understand that Amouage was starting from a very low base when I arrived. It was a small business predominantly geared around the Omani market, with a little bit of business across the GCC and selling in Harrods in London. And that really was about it. There wasn't really much development in other markets. But in the last 6 years, we have grown the brand many times compared to what it used to be. We have, as I've said, opened new offices in various markets. But we're looking specifically at new markets going forward, and those are markets that we're not strong in at this point. That is obviously the Far East, particularly China, of course, we have to look at. Japan, Korea, places like that. We're doing well in Hong Kong now. We do well in Singapore. We do well in Malaysia. So there are other markets, however, in the Southeast Asian region, such as Indonesia, where we ought to be stronger. We've just entered South America in Uruguay, and we are looking to enter in Venezuela. And there are other South American markets that are completely new to us. This is a development that happened this year. We have really addressed Europe for the first few years of the development of this business. Europe is a very open market in many ways. They love the concept of Amouage coming from Arabia. They love that whole exotic perfumes of all Arabia image. And so it was very easy to put this product and this brand over to them because we are an Oriental house, our fragrances are Oriental, and they like the fact that we have that point of view. The Far East, I would say that from a taste level, it's a little more difficult to put over. They love the concept of the brand, they love the origin of the brand, but the fragrance, being an Oriental fragrance, is a little stronger than their normal taste. So educating the consumer there is something that we're having to do, but that is working, and we are developing a very nice high-level consumer base in the Far East. It is amazing how the brand has grown in the last 6 years since we did the repositioning. It is amazing how we have moved into a new category of product, leather goods, and that has been accepted. And, they're very high quality, they're hand-stitched in Florence and so on and so forth. Those have been accepted as coming from a perfume house. Quite an interesting shift, if you think about it. It makes me believe that we can do other categories of product, perhaps in the future, and move into that area too. So I would say that the short-term vision is to embed the brand in all the key markets in the world, and embed our brand through opening our own shops, making sure that the brand is put over in the purest sense, that the DNA is very clear to the consumer in the international world, and also making sure that we keep an eye always on creativity, newness, innovation, because any brand, as I said, that stops. But who knows, in the very long-term future, a brand coming from fragrance and becoming a total international luxury goods brand, it would be the first time it had happened. I think that the GCC is probably made for the luxury sector in many ways, in that one has to remember that if you went back 50 years ago, I probably wouldn't be saying that. But what I think is incredible and amazing about the Arab consumer is that within that time, they have really learnt to understand quality. They don't just go out and buy brands because it's got the brand name on. They don't just go out and buy brands because it's heavily emblazoned with the brand. They actually want to see quality. They want to see something tangible for the money they're spending. And I think that's becoming ever more so. I mean, I look at the younger consumers from this market today. They really do their research, They are knowledgeable about quality and they want quality. So as a market, the GCC is ideal for the luxury sector.